Want to buy an iPhone 16 without paying too much? In this video, we've taken a look at the cheapest iPhone 16 deals on the market at the moment, including for the iPhone 16 Plus, Pro, and Pro Max, helping you save money when buying. But before we get started, make sure to click the link in the description to come to greensmartphones.com to find the cheapest deals on the iPhone 16 or any other Apple phone. When you're watching this video, just click on the phone you want to buy or use the search bar up here, and you can view the cheapest deals on the market from all of the major providers. So it looks like at the moment, the regular iPhone 16 starts at about £31 a month over the life of a 36-month contract. We should explain what average monthly cost means. If you buy this deal, you'll pay £30 up front and then £30 a month for 36 months. This £30.83 is an average of this upfront cost and all of these monthly costs over the 36 months. You can see here it's £30 plus 22 times 36 for the device and 8 times 36 for the data contract from 3, which overall costs £1,110. Divided by 36, you get an average monthly cost of just under £31. Given what you get, this deal from 3 is pretty good. It comes with 150 gig of data, which is heaps, and the 3 network tends to perform really well. As you can see here, from this report made by speedtest.net, 3 has the fastest median 5G speeds of any of the big 4 networks. Generally, their 5G speeds and coverage are really good, but if you want to use a different network, you can use the filters here on greensmartphones.com to display deals from other networks. The downsides to this deal are it comes with a 36-month contract, which is quite long, and the phone only comes with 128 gigs of storage. So let's use the filters here to say we want a maximum 24-month contract, and we don't want a 128 gig phone. So in this case, the cheapest deal costs about £40 a month from Carphone Warehouse on the ID mobile network, which actually uses the 3 network, so your performance should be about the same. The reason this deal costs so much more is just because of the shorter contract length. Your total over the lifetime is actually lower, so you'll pay a higher monthly cost, but you'll own the phone more quickly, allowing you to switch to a SIM-only deal at the end of the 24 months, or trade in the device if you want to. Also, in return for the extra money, you get a much higher monthly data limit with this plan, which is nice. But let's just quickly check what this phone costs if you don't want to use the 3 network. So we'll choose all the other networks that aren't on 3. In this case, assuming you still don't want a 128 gig phone, giffgaff is the cheapest option, but their monthly data limit is quite low. Okay, so let's go to the iPhone 16 Plus. Once again, 3 has the cheapest default deal at about £34 a month, again with a 150GB data limit, a 36-month contract, and a 128 gig phone. The issue with this deal is the upfront cost is a bit high compared to 3's deal on the regular iPhone 16. So let's say we don't want to pay an upfront cost. In this case, Voxy is the cheapest option at £37 a month over the contract, although their monthly data limit isn't very big, and it's still a 36-month contract that you have to commit to. If you don't want a 36-month contract or a 128 gig phone, Voxy's still the cheapest option, but the monthly cost does rise quite a bit. So for the iPhone 16 Plus in particular, 3 is generally the best value for money option. Once again, 3 is also really competitive on the iPhone 16 Pro, offering deals beginning at £37 a month, just a tiny bit more expensive than the iPhone 16 Plus, again with the same 128 gig phone, and a 36-month contract. We really like these deals, because it's quite uncommon for the cheapest option on the market to come with such a high data limit. But it is worth mentioning, with 3, they will increase your monthly cost every year, normally by about £1 to £2, every April. It is quite common for other networks as well to do the same thing, but it's worth being aware of. For example, if we exclude 3, you can see Voxy doesn't do this, but Tesco Mobile does. Unfortunately, we can't build this cost into a comparison matrix, because it varies by tariff, and the networks aren't required to state exactly how much it is before the contract begins. Like with Tesco Mobile, for example, it's linked to the rate of inflation published every year, so it's impossible to know ahead of time how much your price will increase every April. Just something to be aware of when comparing different deals. And finally, 3 is once again the cheapest option when it comes to the iPhone 16 Pro Max, offering this phone for about £42.50 a month with 150 gigs of data and a 36-month contract. If you don't want a 36-month contract, the cost increases by about £10 a month on the ID mobile network sold by mobiles.co.uk, but with the same monthly data limit. Since this is an expensive phone, let's look at refurbished deals to see if you can save money this way. We'll come down to the condition filters and uncheck new. So it looks like EE is the only one offering refurbished deals on the iPhone 16 Pro Max at the moment, and they're a lot more expensive than 3's deals with a new phone. So we probably wouldn't look at these. The EE network can be worth paying more for. They have the best coverage of any of the big four, especially when it comes to 4G, and especially in the countryside. But they're not worth paying this much more for to get a refurbished phone, in our opinion. So once again, 3 is probably your best choice if you want to save money on the iPhone 16 Pro Max at the moment. They're even the cheapest option if you want the 1TB version of this phone. So thanks for watching, and remember, click the link in the description to go to greensmartphones.com to find the cheapest deals on any iPhone 16 model when you're watching this video. By the time you're watching, 3 might not be the cheapest option, so it's worth coming to our website and seeing who's the cheapest provider at any given moment. And you can use these filters here to define what deals you want to see, depending on how much data you need, how much storage you want, what contract length you're after, and the networks you want to use. And if you have any questions about buying an iPhone 16, feel free to leave a comment below, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.